Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. Use this, not that. 4 common ways to save compressed air in your plant. My name is Jordan Schaus and I'll be your presenter today. I work with the application engineering team here at Xair and I'm excited to be hosting this session today. I'm joined here by Russ Bowman, who is also on the application engineering team. Russ will be online answering any questions as they come in and progress through the webinar. Before we go too far, I do have a few housekeeping items to cover about the presentation and the webinar platform. First, today's webinar will be available on demand after this live session and will be available through a link we send to you after the conclusion of the webinar. We've also added some attachments which are available through the handouts tab on your dashboard. There you can find a catalog section for the products we cover and any other related content. Next, we'd love to hear from you during today's presentation. If you have a question, please feel free to send it through the questions tab at the bottom of your webinar pane or by tweeting us at Xair, EXAIR. We'll be answering some of those questions at the end of the session. And if we don't get to your question during today's webinar, don't worry, we'll follow up afterwards with you. Xair is a manufacturer, direct seller, and global distributor of engineered point-of-use compressed air products. We are located in the northeast corner of Cincinnati, where we were founded in 1983. All product designs focus on efficient and safe usage of compressed air. Our products are commonly used in cooling, cleaning, static elimination, and conveying processes. In fact, you may be familiar with some of our products like our super air nozzles, super air knives, vortex tubes, and cabinet coolers, just to name a few. We offer the largest selection of end-of-use intelligent compressed air products on the market today. A little bit about myself. My name is Jordan Schaus again. I'm one of the application engineers here at Xair. I joined the team here in August of 2018. Before that, I spent my time in the metrology field. My job was to examine the customer's quality processes and then design and implement the strategy to better the quality and reduce scrap rate across the board. When I'm not here at Xair, I like to explore and study the outdoors, so much so that I have a 100-gallon saltwater reef tank in my house. And of course, spending time with my beautiful fiance and our 2 crazy dogs, a Great Dane and a Golden Doodle. Much of our focus here at Xair is to improve the overall efficiency of industrial compressed air operating processes. Over the course of the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to cover one of the most important topics. After the presentation, you'll gain an understanding of the top compressed air wasters in your facility, learn about Xair's intelligent engineered solutions to eliminate wasted compressed air, determine the best solution based on application, compressed air usage, sound level, and compliance with OSHA safety requirements, and then optimize your compressed air system using Xair's optimization products. What is an intelligent compressed air product? Well, that's a pretty simple question to answer. Intelligent compressed air products can help your plant save tens of thousands of dollars over the course of a single year while maintaining a safe working environment. Compressed air can be one of the most expensive utilities in a plant, and inefficient and incorrect blow-offs can cost thousands of dollars per year in wasted energy. Most estimates say that between 30 to 50% of all compressed air generated is wasted. We want to help you find the largest sources of wasted compressed air and fix them. On the safety front of our products, they meet or exceed OSHA noise and dead end pressure requirements. This compressed air presentation is different than most. Instead of talking about the overall system supply and demand, we're going to focus on the point of use. Once your system usage is set, a compressed air audit can be even more effective to ensure that the air you need is efficiently produced. In other words, why would I want to install 2 high-efficiency 25 horsepower screw compressors when my plant only needs to use 20 horsepower worth of air? Finally, there are real fines associated with OSHA violations, anywhere from $500 to $10,000 for compressed air violations. Over the next slides, we're going to talk about 4 of the most common compressed air wasters in an industrial setting. Then we are going to talk about Xair's product that we replace them with and the savings our customers saw from the switch. The 4 common compressed air wasters we're going to cover today are liquid nozzles that are used for air blow-off, open-ended pipes, drilled pipes, modified air guns, and we're going to address the what the current product being used, the X-Air product we replaced it with, air consumption saved, the noise level differences, and OSHA compliance. All right, our first one, liquid nozzle used for air. This customer is using compressed air through a nozzle meant for liquid to blow a quenching oil off a sheet of metal before going into a coil. The existing machine blow-off was using 10 of these nozzles for a single line. The main process used an additional 40 nozzles for an overall usage of 50 nozzles. The nozzles were all installed onto header pipes that had been drilled and tapped. These liquid nozzles blew the oil off the sheet metal just fine, but the customer was concerned that they were using way too much air. They were also trying to reduce noise level without having to slow down their line speed. The liquid nozzle consumption was 17.5 SCFM per nozzle with a noise level of 91.2 decibels. After installing 50 of the X-Air Model 1122 2-inch flat super air nozzles with a 10 thou shim, they were able to reduce the air consumption by 2.8 SCFM per nozzle. They were also able to maintain the same line processing speed while saving a total of 140 SCFM. This equates to almost a 35 horsepower compressor. In addition to the air savings, the noise level was lowered by 16.2 decibels to a level of 75 decibels. By installing the 1122 2-inch flat super air nozzle, the customer successfully shut down a 30 horsepower compressor and saved another 5 horsepower on the second compressor. The total amount of compressed air saved equals to about $16.71 per 8-hour shift, for a total of $4,177.63 per year. In addition to the air savings, the noise level was lowered by 16.2 decibels to a level of 75 decibels. The return on investment per nozzle was just 5 days. Another common compressed air waster are open-ended pipes, or in this case, open-ended compressed air fitting. This customer was operating their plant for the most part 24/7, as their production was continuous, although there were actually spaces between that production time. They were using over 74 SCFM, that's almost 750,000 standard cubic feet of compressed air per week, and 39 million SCF per year, over $9,700 in generation costs, and produce a sound level of 90 decibels. We replaced the open-ended fittings with two 1101 super air nozzles. Not only were the super air nozzles much quieter, sound level went from 90 decibels to 72 decibels, air consumption was reduced to just 20.9 SCFM, a 72% reduction, which translates to an annual savings of about $7,000. But wait, they also installed a solenoid valve in the supply line, actuated from the process control. This turned off the compressed air between cycles, roughly estimated about half of the time. This gets them additional savings of almost $1,400 per week. This is one of 5 lines that were misusing these pneumatic fittings. With the dramatic improvements of the first line, they ordered super air nozzles for the remaining 4. So to recap, an investment of $440, the 2019 list price for the 1101 is $44, plus their solenoid valves, they're saving almost $42,000 per year in compressed air generation costs. And they were able to lower their decibel level by 18 decibels. Onto drill pipes. My apologies. A commercial bakery has been making tortilla shells from an ancient family recipe for decades. As their production grew, they incorporated conveyor-like ovens to bake the shells. The shells moved from oven to a packing station, and along the way, they transitioned to a lower chain belt. The 48-inch long drilled copper pipe installed under this transition point was supplied with compressed air at 95 psig. It was used to float the tortilla shells across the gap, but it was very loud at 101 decibels and used about 259 SCFM of compressed air. It also resulted in inconsistent flow across the 48-inch length, which was too weak to properly float the shells at some points, and too strong, causing the shells to flip or fold at others. This was happening at a rate of about 11 flips or folds per hour. A 48-inch aluminum super air knife kit was installed, using two of the 9060 universal air knife mounting systems. With supply pressure regulated to 38 psig, they achieved consistent flow across the entire length while only using 78.6 SCFM. Also, flipped and folded shells had completely been eliminated, and it only came in at 68 decibels. In addition to solving the quality problem with the flip and folded shells, there were also considerable reductions in sound level and compressed air consumption, resulting in a significant operating cost savings. With the X-Air Super Air Knife, we were able to do the job at only 38 psig rather than the original 95, saving 181.2 SCFM and lowering the noise by nearly 40 decibels. This switch saved them about $5,436 annually in compressed air costs alone. A large manufacturing plant conducted a survey and found they were not in compliance with OSHA allowable noise exposure standards and wanted to replace their existing guns with something not only quieter, but more efficient in compressed air consumption. The majority of the air guns used in this facility were fitted with cross-drilled nozzles. These provided high force, but the cross-drilled effect affords compliance with OSHA's dead-end pressure standard, but they were still very loud and consumed a high amount of compressed air. This cross-drilled nozzle consumed 49 SCFM and had a sound level of 104 decibels. Initially, they purchased 8 1250-12 soft grip safety air guns with a 3/8 MPT super air nozzle and a 12-inch rigid extension. They bought these to determine suitability. They consumed 35 SCFM and came in at 82 decibels. Following the success of the X-Air model 1250-12 super safety air guns in this area, they decided to standardize this model throughout the plant. In total, 355 of the previous air guns were replaced. Based on average individual daily use of these products, their operating costs were reduced as followed. Air consumption was lowered by 14 SCFM, and after replacing 355 air guns across the plant, they saved nearly $28,506 per year in just compressed air savings. The X-Air Super Safety Air Gun also lowered the compressed air usage, the decibel level from 104 to 82, a drop of 22 decibels. Hopefully the first part of this presentation got across the amount of money replacing common inefficient blow-offs can save you. But here at X-Air, we want to take that one step farther to truly help you go green and fully optimize your compressed air system. X-Air's digital sound meter is an easy-to-use instrument that measures and monitors the sound in a wide variety of industrial environments. The source of loud noises can be quickly identified so that corrective measures can be taken to keep sound levels at or below OSHA maximum allowable exposure limits. The sound meter comes from factory with a NIST certification. It can help you comply with the OSHA standards. X-Air's digital flow meters are designed to measure flow continuously and accurately to give you real-time flow measurements of your compressed air system to help identify problems. You don't need to weld, cut, or disassemble lines to install. With a simple drill guide and a digital flow meter can be easily mounted onto the pipe. The digital flow meter measures flow by comparative analysis with thermal dispersion, so the accuracy is very high and recalibration is not required. Our ultrasonic leak detector is designed to locate the source of ultrasonic sound emissions up to 20 feet away. These ultrasonic sound emissions are converted to a range that can be heard by humans. The sound is 32 times lower in frequency than the sound being received, making inaudible leaks audible through the included headphones and visual through the LED display. For even more control, you can use a device like our electronic flow control, or our EFC. The EFC is an electronic flow control that minimizes compressed air usage by incorporating a timed controlled photoelectric sensor. The unit will turn off the compressed air supply when there are no parts present, and provides an easy way to program the device to a specific application. The EFC offers an additional 8 programmable on-off modes and is suited for NEMA 4 environments. And lastly, by installing a receiver tank near the point of high demand, there is an additional supply of compressed air available for short durations. This will help eliminate fluctuations in pressure and volume. X-Air offers a 60-gallon ASME approved vertical steel tank with mounting feet for easy installation near high demand processes. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them via the chat or give us a call. We'll do our best to address them. In closing, X-Air has a full team of subject matter experts that are available to help you with your applications. Feel free to reach out to myself or any engineer for assistance with any questions you may have. Thanks for joining, and have a great rest of your day.